Mewgenics, a game created by Edmund, which is the same creator of Binding of Isaac, has just released an update on the development for his game. So Mewgenics is like a tactical kind of turn-based game where you breed cats to get different kinds of cats and then give them classes and things and stats and stuff like that. They've already gone over in previous updates about how you breed them by using food and then go out and get other food to continue feeding the cats that you do have, to continue to breed, to continue to get different types of cats and, progress through the game. And that the game is turn-based and has random events. So they go down and break down a few UI elements and how combat generally will be in the game. They give an overview right here where they're showing the actual, battle map of the game, and then the UI element of the cat that you're currently selected on. It is the HUD. You have the class icon, which is up here, the name of your cat, the face of your cat, the hit points that they have, mana, and your overall coin for what your party currently has. They go over the action HUD, which has a few many things like in turn, your movement, what abilities you're going to use, whether it be the basic one or the one that comes when you're born, or the class one that they have. You do get two types of actions in the game, which is a movement action and an attack action. You also have actions outside of that, which is any action that consumes mana. As long as you have enough mana, you're going to be able to continue casting, but we'll get back to that later. There's also the turn order, which shows who's going to go next, and who's going to be last in the turn order, as well as where they show like passive benefits that your party will have. And, of course, the info HUD for each individual stat for the cat. So whether that be strength, dex, con, int, speed, charisma, or luck, these all affect your cats in different ways, whether it be melee damage or range damage, their max HP, how much mana they regenerate per turn, how fast they can, or how many tiles they can move per turn, how much max mana they have, and then overall luck like crits and things like that. Now, all of these stats have their own individual effect to the game outside of combat, and that's when they talk about things like pulling things out of someone's eye, or opening a rusted toilet, or avoiding a trap, or climbing a fence, or surviving poison, or eating poop, things like that. And they go on and so forth and so on, like solving puzzles and running away from something, etc., etc. Charming a monster. These will all be part of like the little random event things that were mentioned in the last thing, that it's not only turn-based combat, there is also the random effects that will come up. And depending on what cat you have and their class and their stats will be whether or not you're going to have a high chance or a low chance to succeed on these random events that you run into. Now, this is when they go down and start breaking down the turns about the stuff that I was talking about. They give an example of a turn using a mage, or a cat that is a mage. And they go over the one movement, the one attack, as well as any abilities that cost mana. So in this example, they used Suda's turn to move, our fiery water mage. They moved into range, they attacked, and then they had another ability called Surf, I believe, that did additional damage, but cost them 7 mana. So because they only had 7 mana in this screenshot, they were only able to cast it one time before they were completely out of mana. Now, if they were to have a full bar of 21 mana, from what I understand from this update and these screenshots and what they've talked about so far, is that they would be able to use that ability 3 times before not being able to use it. Now, there is passive mana regeneration that will come into play, so eventually they'll be able to cast another spell or get replenished from zone to zone or battle to battle. There's probably a bit of regeneration in there. They cast Surf, it does some damage, and also looks like it did some environmental damage here. It says that it totally destroyed the poop as well, so that obstacle that was in the way is now no longer there. And then that's the end of that mob's turn, or that character that you control, that cat's turn, and you move on to the next one into the turn order. Ed goes over that they're going to be going over a lot of stuff over the coming months. I mean, this is a game that they've had on the back burner for a really, really long time, and I think now that they're finally cooling off of Binding of Isaac, this is coming back into full force. And he says that in 2 weeks, we'll have another update. So I can't wait to see that, because I've been a huge, huge fan of Mewgenics a long, long time ago. I love cats. As you can see, I got my dude in the room right now. And he's a little mad he can't get out of the room right now, but I didn't want him banging the doors. So I'll see you guys back in 2 weeks with some more Mewgenic updates, hopefully. Maybe some more of the systems. We'll have to see what it is. But Snow wants out of this room, so I'm gonna need to open that door. Oh my lord, dude. Oh my god, I almost forgot the most important part of this entire update, and that is one of the cats that they show, and Kitty Bones, and the little thing that they have playing with it. Absolutely amazing.